Hi Claire, how are you?
Hi Sarah, I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat with me about your experience. I'm excited for you to tell everyone how it went.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay.
I have a few questions for you and we'll go through them and then yeah, if anything else crops up, you can let me know. So the
Okay.
first one, I'd just like you to explain how your anxieties manifested before we start our sessions together back in November.
Before I found out about Sarah and what you do, I was becoming quite frustrated with myself. My issue was around public transport and basically avoiding the tube, getting myself in some state of anxiety when I was driving. Mainly when it was sort of something that was making me stop. So if it was a traffic light that was causing me to stop, rather than just thinking, oh, I've got to stop because it's a red light, I would be panicking myself about the feeling of being out of control, almost being made to stop. It was a very strange feeling, but also really frustrating.
Yeah.
Um, I just felt the lady that I was talking to that recommended you. I was just basically saying how frustrated I was. I went to a course in South London, and rather than taking the tube as a normal person would, that didn't have this anxiety around the tube, I jumped in the car and paid so much more for parking. Got stuck in all the Friday night traffic, and I was just so frustrated with myself.
Yeah.
And then when somebody suggested that you might be able to help, it was just like an absolute revelation, because I think I wanted it to change also my family's life at weekends. I would have loved to have just felt confident and to jump on the tube and to go and have a nice time in South London, rather than having to think, right, we've got to drive at park and everything else. So yeah, so that was what I was suffering with.
Okay, brilliant. Next question is, how did you find our sessions and did anything surprise you? We had three sessions together, so what came up
Yeah,
that
we did.
surprised you?
It was really surprising, actually. She told me when she suggested that I speak to you, she said that she was surprised by her reaction. And I was definitely shocked at how emotional I became. I don't think I realised how upset I was over the last sort of 7 or 9 years of feeling like this control had been taken away from me by myself, ironically. And so I really just felt that I was shocked at what came up, sort of going back through the last 15, 16, if not more years with you, was just a bit of an eye-opener. And then things came up that I really didn't expect to come up. But then it kind of all made sense. So yeah, I really enjoyed the sessions, and just found surprising how kind of upset the certain situations made me. But also, not to speak negatively at all, because when you taught me the tapping, just to tap on it so quickly was just incredible. So I
And
can't
then
really think there's something like that that can calm you
yes,
so quickly.
and
Yeah.
then the release that you felt from all of that emotion.
Wow, it was huge. I just remember having like the best night's sleep for the next 3 days, feeling like weight had been lifted from my shoulders. Um, I felt really like a different person, really, straight after the session, but quite exhausted. But
Yeah.
like a really good sleep, and the next day I just felt clearer. My mind felt clearer. I felt like I've offloaded, and I didn't realize how much was in my head, actually. So yeah, it was good. It
Yeah,
was really,
you were carrying a lot in your body, and I suppose that the tapping
yeah.
just then released all of it.
Yeah, I was. I know I was, but I didn't realize it was going to be that sort of heavy emotionally. But it was
Yeah,
great, and tapping
yeah.
really helped me quickly.
And what I liked is that we managed to pinpoint kind of the core trigger for your future anxieties around transport and things.
Yeah, it was really good. I wasn't expecting that. I
Mm,
know that when it comes to transport, even on planes and things, I'm not at my most comfortable. But to go back through all the years of situations and scenarios that have happened, and to kind of pinpoint actually exactly how I felt was the same each time. And then to really understand that it was that sense of kind of being out of control, maybe going into the unknown, that was putting me out of my comfort zone,
yeah,
and why I was avoiding those situations,
yeah.
which is
And
why I
I
was
think it
getting.
was interesting too that it almost wasn't the transport itself. that was the problem. It was how that made you feel, and that was the link between everything and the
Yeah.
original memory. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's other, you know, so many other situations weren't making me feel like that. It was just the transport. And then when we went back and we linked it to certain situations, it did all make sense. It really made sense. But I'd never sort of had the prompts or the understanding to go back and find out where it actually came from and to normalize it as well. And to know that it was a pattern, you know, it was a pattern of feeling out of control and fearful of sort of the unknown of things that were going to happen. So
it was so interesting. I loved working with you. How do you feel now since doing the session? So we're about 2 months on.
2 months on. Oh, so it's been really interesting. When I came away from the sessions with you, I kind of thought that when an anxiety kind of comes over me, and normally that shows itself in sort of palpitations, feeling a bit anxious, hot, you know, palms shaky, and it's just like a wave. It does pass, but it's, you know, causes me just discomfort when I'm experiencing that anxiety. But I thought what I'd be doing would be tapping the same sequences that you taught me every time that anxiety comes on. Now, to start with, the anxiety hasn't come on as much at all. Driving is absolutely fine. It's perfect. It's brilliant. I love it. There's no anxiety at all. If there is any at all that comes over in a certain situation or scenario, I even just have to think of the tapping, think of the pattern that you taught me. And it's almost like my mind is conditioned that if I need to, I know I've got that tool in my back pocket to use, but I haven't had to really call on it that much. So that's really interesting. So I feel like, one, I haven't encountered the same feelings in the situations as I used to. And then two, it's given me like this comfort and that I have that tool to use if I need to use it. However, like I said, I haven't had to use it very much. So yeah, all in all, it's been great.
Yay! So cool. And finally, would you recommend tapping and matrix reimprinting?
Absolutely, yeah. I've recommended for quite a few of my couples to speak to you, and actually their partners as well for several different reasons. And friends, I think people don't know about it enough.
No.
If you talk to people about it, they might say, "Oh, I've heard of that," or "I've seen that." I saw that on TV or something, but they don't really know a lot about it. And I think it's great to give yourself a tool. So you don't have to call on anything else. You don't have to turn something on or listen to something. It's actually, it's there, something that you can use for yourself.
That's what I absolutely love about it. It's a tool for life. Your tool. You're not relying on seeing anybody, getting an appointment with somebody, spending money. It's there.
It feels like, I feel like I've got a safety net from it.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. It is. No, I definitely recommend it. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, speak to you soon.
Much.
Bye. Bye.